Welcome to the Waxing Podcast. I'm Kirsten Getzelman, esthetician, educator, and your host. Each week, we'll dive into real conversations, industry tips, and the kind of advice every beauty pro should have in their back pocket. This show is sponsored by Enso, a woman and esthetician-founded brand bringing better options to everyday beauty pros. Let's dive in. Can you guys hear that? That is me opening up my second Diet Coke of the day. Guys, I haven't eaten today. It's 2:00. After I'm done with this episode, I'm running, and I'm talking running to Chick-fil-A. Hello, welcome back to the Waxing Podcast. My name is Kirsten. I am your host. I am Tampa Waxer on Instagram, the Waxing Podcast on Instagram, and Enso Wax on Instagram. And I am so excited to bring up this topic with you today. Before I get started, let me just take, and I hope it cuts it out, my sip of Coke, because guys, it's literally the only thing that's in my stomach right now. I don't know why I plan my day like this. It is my son's first day of summer. It's Monday. It's my longest day. I always record podcasts on these days, and then I take clients right after. My son and I woke up this morning around 7:45, which is so late. We usually on school days wake up at 6:30, but let me just have my pleasurable moments of sleeping in. But it caught me all on whack. I didn't eat. I had to run my son to my mom-in-law's. Camp doesn't start until next week. If you're a mom, I know you feel that pain. You know what my favorite order is, by the way, at Chick-fil-A? Let me influence you a little bit. So I followed this girl. Actually, I think I just saw her TikTok a lot, and then I started watching it. So it kept suggesting it to me, but she was like a fitness girl, but she basically taught you how to eat like a normal person. Like instead of cooking everything and prepping everything in your home, she talked a lot about if you do have to be out, or if you do have to run through a drive-through, let me help you out. So at Chick-fil-A, you order an 8-piece grilled chicken nugget, you order a small fry, and then you get buffalo sauce and barbecue sauce, and you mix all of it. You get a bowl and you mix it all together, and it's really high in protein and not terribly bad for you in terms of nutritionally, if you're looking for that health benefit of I don't know, working out and stuff. So anyway, that's my go-to. It's so good. You guys should try it. It's seriously, I think the buffalo sauce, the barbecue sauce, 8-piece grilled chicken nugget, and then you mix it with your small fry. So good. So good. Okay. Today's topic is going to be, you guys are going to love this one. Okay. It's going to be passive income as a waxer. And this is really just talking about the real options of the treatment rooms. People often wonder how you scale your business outside of doing services. And there's actually a lot of ways to do this. I think it's just about understanding that every way can be your way. You just have to figure out how it works for you and your business and what you're willing to put in, because a lot of people don't realize, but a lot of passive income is really something that happens on momentum of sharing online first or getting people to do it. I mean, you guys know TikTok, right? It's a perfect example. People go on TikTok, they make one video, and that video can turn into a lot of money. But it takes that person to go on and do the video, and not just do the video, but strategize the video, market the video a certain way, get people to say yes, which is really all about sales. My recommendation to you is, if you want to make passive income, please learn how to sell. When you learn how to sell, you have a better opportunity to not only have this for you as an option, but then also that helps you in your treatment room too. I think sales is one of the biggest things that we can do for ourselves as estheticians, especially because we're so good at what we do technical wise, and we can talk about the products in a technical way, but knowing how to actually translate that into somebody selling or buying from you is a completely different ball game. So selling, I know, is so important and has been so transformative to me that I recommend 100%, if you're looking into this episode and you're yes, I want to figure out the ways to have passive income as a waxer. Number one, learn sales. Okay. So let's just talk about why I decided to find a new way to do passive income. And we'll talk about my story, right? So I've been an esthetician for a really long time now. I think it's been 13. Start my journey right away. If you are a esthetician podcast listener from way, way, way back when, you know that I simply just was making more money as a bartender. It was really hard for me to find a job in our industry, and I struggled a lot until I found a job, and it really led me into the journey that I'm in now. But with that being said, I've still been an esthetician for a really long time. And I would just take clients, and that's how I would make my money. And then I started to, feel more confident in my treatment room. And then I would start to sell products. And that was like my first kind of dip in the toe of like, oh, you can make more money than just physically using your hands. You can talk about products and how it's beneficial to them. And then you get a commission on that. And that's really fun. And then social media happened. And I mean, like the big 2020 pop where everybody was like, oh, we can sell on social media as estheticians. I know people were doing it beforehand, but I think the big pop happened in 2020. And that was a fun moment because I'm like, wait a minute. So during the COVID lockdown, I started to sell products to my clients. I wasn't necessarily even talking to estheticians then, but it was fun because everybody was like trying new skincare and like buying hair products and like doing all of that stuff. And so I was like, cool. I was actually doing facials at the time of 2020. I think I had like just learned how to do them. Again, mind you, I had already done facials in the past, but I was being retrained to offer facials when I was also doing waxing. I did an episode about facials versus waxing, and I talked about that journey and how I did both and why I ultimately went back to waxing. I would go on my social media and I would sell people products, and my clients were buying the products. And I'm like, how cool. I can like do this from home. That was my first taste, I think, into not passive income because like it was a transactional thing where I had to like talk to them and then get them the products and doing it. But it was my first taste in like selling something without physically having to put my hands on somebody. I think that was like a really monumental moment for me personally. And maybe some people understand that journey for themselves. But then it led me into other avenues. So I then started to like be interested in working with brands. I'm like, well, I'm selling this product. Is there any way I can sell it to more people than just my clients, AKA my followers on Instagram? And so then that started the whole thing around affiliates and becoming an affiliate and selling products to my esthetician friends or other clients that normally, or like couldn't see me. Maybe they were from out of town, but they still wanted to treat ingrowns. And that's whenever I started getting really involved in like use my code. And that became a passive situation. For instance, like one month I talked about ingrowns on my Instagram. I should repost that. I talked about ingrowns on my Instagram and I ended up making like $250 that month from fur because that's how many people went from that post to that link and purchase products. So, like that, my friends, is passive income. And when you can get to that point, that's a really, really addicting feeling, knowing that you don't have to have your hands on somebody or be in front of somebody to be making money. And it's absolutely possible for you. It's absolutely possible for you. So let's talk about how you can do it. So that's kind of my story. And that's how it became addicting. And then I started working for a brand where I could work from my computer. And that's kind of when everything personally changed for me. I love being with clients in the industry and I love seeing them, but I loved so much more like having the time working on my computer at my home in a coffee shop in Illinois and New York, like wherever I am, I love that I can work. And so that was my personal addiction and why I also wanted to have a online based business, which is where Enso came into play and also wanting to formulate products as an esthetician and be like a woman in the industry that actually knew what was happening on the day to day with clients, which is why I still take clients. I'm in my treatment room right now. But passive income can be very addictive. And once you do it, you can't undo it. And so let's talk about ways that you can do it. So, like I said, affiliate marketing is going to be your best passive income way. Oh my gosh. Why is every episode like this, guys? I go through a moment where I'm like, maybe every episode just expect there to be some like word vomit and then we move on from it. And normal people would cut it out, but it's like my quirk, love me or don't. Okay, so affiliate links is going to be the best passive income that you can have for your business, right? And why I say that is because you don't have to physically be there for things to be working with you. So for instance, you'll have your social media. Actually, let me not do that first. Let's back up into like actually how to become affiliates. Number 1, carry a brand and love it. Talk about it, post about it, be about it. Why I say that is because people always ask me, how do I become an affiliate for Enso? So number 1, people that use the products are affiliates for Enso. I don't allow anybody to share Enso without knowing about Enso. I think it's really important to love the product to sell the product. When you love the product, selling it is so easy because simply you're just telling people like, hey, as a friend, I think you should use this and the fire truck. You guys, I'm next door to a fire company. And I think in the last episode, I don't even think I heard it, but I like to let you guys like, wee, wee. No. But when you love something, you sell something. And when you love something, people trust you because they can feel it radiating off of you, unless you're like in a sales job and you're just good at sales. But most of the time we are selling off of emotions, and emotions can work if you do it correctly. So number one, you can be an affiliate for any brand. I just say to carry the brand, like the brand, so that you feel comfortable talking about the brand all the time. So that's step number one. And then how you become affiliate. So either it's on their website, or you can reach out and ask them how you can get more involved. I will tell you there is a difference between cold affiliate reach outs and warm affiliate reach outs. So like cold affiliate reach outs would be like a chat GPT, like, hi, I love your product so much. I wish that I could be an affiliate. Can you please let me know more information on how you can do that? Rather than like, hey, I purchased your products like a couple of months ago. My clients are obsessed. I talk about you guys all the time on my Instagram. I try to tag you as often as I can, and I would love to figure out like a way to work with you. I have a lot of estheticians that ask me about your product, or I have a lot of clients that ask me questions that I think I could further help them with, and would love to partner with you guys. Like that's such a warm email, and any brand that dismisses that, I don't know what to tell you. It might not be a good brand for you. So that's how you can become an affiliate with any of them. But it's one thing, right? It's one thing to be an affiliate, and it's one thing to be a good affiliate. And what I mean by that is like you can talk about, or you can sign up for a million different affiliate programs, but if you don't learn the skill on how to sell being an affiliate, then you're wasting your time, which is why I recommend only being an affiliate for one or two people to start, and then getting a cadence of talking about them enough to where you're generating sales on the back end. And then once you're generating sales on the back end, then you have the trust built with your audience so that they know that anything else you promote in the future is probably going to be something that's good, because they have that from you in the previous stuff that you have sold. So just like finding one or two things that you love and figuring out how to be good at it. So maybe that is setting up your calendar to post about it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And you're going to share tips on how to use that product, or reasons why you love that product, or videos on demonstrating how the product worked. And then adding, your code in. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with adding your code into all of them. I think it's just a matter of like, if you just show up and say, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, that's the problem. But if you show up and use it as like, hey, I'm conveniently leaving this link here, I think that's another way to do it. But once you get really good at that, then you can start adding brands and whatnot. But I think affiliate is like the ultimate way that you as an esthetician can make more money in your treatment room, as well as having brands and seeing if they, like specifically retail brands, and seeing if they allow you to have, like, I know there's a lot of facialist people that do this, but they have like their own website. So like if you buy like Skin Better products from Miracle in Alaska, she has her own website link that when you click it, you buy Skin Better products, it gets sent to her for commission. So like seeing if any products that you carry do that. That way, when you talk about the products in a post, or you lead people to a call to action, which is a link for them to buy, you have an area for them to click, but then it also gets put back to you and you can earn commission on that. That's going to be passive, because when you sleep at 3 a.m., who knows that someone's not doom scrolling, needing help with ingrowns, finding you and then clicking the link to buy something. So a really great way to do passive income is through selling retail and figuring out how to sell retail a smart way. Another thing that you can do is open up a storefront on your virtual end. So like anything that you sell can be shipped to people. So yeah, this is not passive in terms of you have to ship their products, but it's passive as in a way for your clients don't need to physically be in front of your face and at your studio to buy something. So I really like, because estheticians will do this, where they'll have pickup days, to where on like Mondays and Tuesdays from 12 to 1, they have all of the products ready to go at the front of their studio, and then people walk in and grab it because they prepaid for it, and the esthetician has made the bags for them. I think it's so cute. I think it's so personal. I think it's a really cute way to do that locally. Or you can just ship out products as people buy them on your website. A really great example of this is a girl named Kristen. She is Lotus Rome, I believe. And then her personal Instagram is Skin by Kristen. You go take a look at her profile and then her website and then her storefront. And then she even has a password for certain products that only certain clients can buy. So I'm assuming it's like face reality and stuff like that, that she doesn't want the general public buying. But you go and learn from her. She's a really great example for that. And then I love like Miracle, another one from Alaska. She has pickup days. Follow her, see what she's doing. It's her Instagram is, sorry, Miracle. Type in Miracle. I don't know. She's really big. You might already know her. I talk to her all the time. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Okay. Another really great way, maybe this is obvious for people, but it's absolutely possible for everybody, is to digitally offer something. So digitally offering something is going to be, and I didn't even talk about that in my story, but that's actually like my main, like, okay, this is passive income. The waxing guide for me is what allowed me to. So basically, I use the waxing guide as an investment platform for Enso. So, like, all of the stuff that I made from the waxing guide, I reinvested majority of it and I created Enso with it. So, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had just solely went off of my money that I was making in my treatment room. I was able to venture off into other things because I had that going for me. So I use that extra income, passive income, to go into the Enso world that I'm in today. But creating some kind of guide, this guide is going to be something, and I always tell people this is how you come up with the guide. What is something that people are asking you for advice about? What is something that people are often coming to you about? And just ask yourself, like, what do you feel passionate about teaching that you think you can teach somebody else? Another thing, just remember this, is that all you need to do is be a step in front of somebody in order to teach somebody something. So people think to themselves, like, oh, I have to have all these credentials and be this big thing and have all these followers and have everything like that. No, it's that you have to just know one more thing than the person in front behind you that you can learn from. And actually, I think people get this wrong all the time, but people think that everybody wants to work with like the best well-known person. But sometimes that market is so saturated, like that person has so many students, so many of this, so many of that, that like you don't get the specialness that like working with somebody who has, less than that. I mean, to me, like there's nothing like working with somebody when they don't have as many people, because they are going to make damn sure that you have a good time in their program or their digital course, because they also are trying to grow. So how do they grow? They grow by you having a good experience and sharing about it. So selling digital courses, maybe it's a Brazilian guide or a brow mapping guide, or maybe you have like your business margins locked the hell down. And if that's you, let me know. I want that. But like maybe there's something that you're really good at. Like maybe you're good at building out Excels that is good for your business, or maybe you're good at social media that you can teach people how to like market themselves, or maybe you're good at Facebook ads, or like whatever it may be. If you can create a digital program, you can create an opportunity to have a passive income opportunity. And then offering virtual or local education. So this isn't technically passive because you are going and doing it. However, I wanted to include this in here because it's another way to make a substantial amount of money at once. So instead of taking one-off clients, like one Brazilian, one brow, one Brazilian, one brow, you now can take a group of 8 estheticians and do a whole brow training or a Brazilian training and make substantially more from that one training group versus taking one-off clients. So that's just like another way. Yes, it's not passive, but you are finding new ways to build your ability to make money in your treatment room. Now, when I asked this question on my social media, I had people ask questions and bring them into me. I did get a few. So let's go ahead and go through the passive income Q&A. How do I start affiliate marketing as a waxer? So I talked about that. Make sure that you have products that you love in your treatment room and that you trust and that you know that you can talk about on a cadence base of like 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Someone who does this really well is Reese, Moon Me Aesthetics. She does a really great job of affiliate marketing. Honestly, if I think of somebody in my head and I'm like, they do it flawlessly, it's her. She's always casually bringing in and talking about codes and links and things like that. But I'm telling you, that girl does it so effortlessly that she is somebody to follow if you're curious about how to be a good affiliate. So my recommendation is to follow brands that you love and use them. Start talking to them, interacting with them, become an affiliate with them, and then learn how to talk about them on your own platform. And then what should I sell in my studio that's easy and effective? This is such a personal choice. And I want to go back to saying that it all leads back to the same thing. Make sure whatever you carry aligns with you as an esthetician and it's something that is truly beneficial to your clients. They actually do get before and afters. They are getting a transformative experience by putting it on their body or by you using it on their skin that day. And it's just something that really flows easily for you in your business. So like if you're vegan and you really want all vegan products, then make sure to align. It wouldn't make any sense for you to like align with a brand that like doesn't believe in those same values versus somebody who, like, I just talked to Jalen from North Carolina, and she says that she's really big on European standards. Like, she has all European standard brands. So it wouldn't make any sense for her to have a product that isn't that way. And so just finding things that align with you. And it's such a personal choice. Like, I would say, what do you align with? What do you value with? What kind of products do you want? Do you want esthetician owned? Do you want women owned? Do you want brands that are in big box stores? Do you want brands exclusive to estheticians? Like, mark that list, answer them, and then go from there. And that is it, folks. I think passive income is one of the truly best ways to grow, especially, you know what? We didn't even talk about this, but I talked about this in another episode, I feel like, and maybe I'll go a little bit more in depth into it. But passive income is a really great way to grow if you want to stay by yourself in the industry, or if you want to be an entrepreneur. And if you want to work underneath somebody as an employee, you can totally be an affiliate for these brands and talk about these brands and do all of that stuff. Obviously, make sure it's okay with the people that you work for. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but and then of course, like the obvious passive income is like getting employees and having employees work the hours that you are working, and then you make money when you're not there. I don't even know why I didn't bring that up. That's like your biggest passive income if you're looking to grow your business. But this was more around like solo estheticians and how you can make more money in your business being solo and doing it. Okay. We'll get into maybe more employee stuff when I have a person come on that I'm so excited for, who's going to be a regular basis person. She gives so much insight. She has employees, a business, a brick and mortar, all the things. So I'm going to leave that up to her. And it's so fun hanging out with you guys. What I always hope that you get from this episode is that you are inspired, educated, or it lights a fire in you. I hope you have a really, really great week, and I will see you next time. Thank you for listening to the Waxing Podcast. If you found today's conversation helpful, be sure to follow the show and leave a review. It helps continue creating resources for beauty pros just like you. For updates and more, follow us on Instagram at the Waxing Podcast. I'll see you next week.